Thank you so much for joining me today. My name is Sarah Ramirez, and I am a Texas Master Naturalist and Park Program Coordinator with the San Antonio River Foundation. I have some really fun projects planned for us that will show you how to create a pollinator-friendly space right in your own backyard. But first, let's talk a little bit about what a pollinator actually is. A pollinator is an animal that helps plants make fruits and seeds. This is a diverse group and includes birds, bees, bats, butterflies, beetles, and even some small mammals. Pollinators move pollen from the anther of one flower to the stigma of another. Without pollinators, plants would have a really hard time producing many of the fruits and veggies we love. When a bee or insect lands on a flower, small particles of pollen stick to their body. As the bee flies to the next plant, it transfers the pollen over with it. We need pollinators, plants, and the food they provide to survive and sustain our ecosystem. So what do you say we try and help those bees feel more welcome by creating a safe space for them to pollinate and thrive in our community? Let's get started. For our first project, we are going to be creating a bee fountain, a place for the bees to take a break and hydrate safely. Did you know that bees can't swim? If they try to drink water from a regular bird bath, there is a good chance they might not be able to get out. A bee fountain is a shallow dish with plenty of places for a bee to rest safely and comfortably while they take their water break. The materials you'll need for this activity are a shallow dish, a plant pot, objects for the bees to rest on like rocks, shells, or corks cut in half, and some fresh water. First, think of a place in your yard or garden where it is protected and shady. This is where you'll build your bee fountain. Place your plant pot upside down to use as a base, then set your shallow basin on top. Make sure you choose a dish that is water safe, like glass or ceramic. Plastics and metals may leach bad stuff into the water. Next, add a few stones, shells, and cork caps into your dish. And be creative about it. Think of them as little islands for your bee friends. And finally, add just enough water so that it tops off the islands and they're not submerged underneath. And that's it. Now you have a lovely little bee-friendly water source. Make sure to change out the water source every day and clean out the bee fountain weekly so that it stays fresh and healthy. For our next project, we are going to learn how to plant seeds that will grow and produce flowers for our bees to pollinate. This activity is earth-friendly and uses materials that can be planted right into the ground once your seedlings are big enough. You can use this method for planting all types of seeds like veggies, fruits, and flowers. Today we'll be focusing on using seeds that are specifically great for bees and butterflies. This is the seed packet we'll be using, which is called Bee Happy. This mixture contains wildflower seeds for native and honeybees, including the two plants you see here, butterfly weed and blue mistflower. The materials you'll need for this activity are toilet paper or paper towel tubes, scissors, a marker or pen, a pencil or a skewer, soil or seed starting mix, seeds, a tray to hold your seed pods, and a mister to gently spray. If using paper towel tubes, the first thing we will do is very carefully cut the tube in half. If using toilet paper tubes, there's no need to trim. Do this to as many tubes as you need to fill your tray. Next, use your scissors to make 4 cuts into one end of each tube. Try to make each cut around 1/2 to 1 inch long. This way you'll have an easier time folding in the bottom parts later. To do this, go ahead and flatten the tube. Make the 1/2 to 1 inch cut on one side. Fold it and replicate that same cut. Now you should have 4 cuts that are evenly spaced apart. The third step is to fold all 4 cuts inward to the center like you're folding a cardboard box. This will create the bottom of your seed pod. Place the seed pods in a tray, plate, or bowl. If they aren't standing up right now, that's okay. Once we fill them with soil, they will be sturdier. Fill each pot with soil or seed starting mix. Once each pot is filled, carefully read the instructions on your seed packet to see how deep you need to bury the seed. Using a skewer or a pencil tip, make a divot in the center of the pot. Carefully place 2 or 3 seeds in the divot. By placing more than 1 seed, we increase our chances of achieving germination. Germination is the growth of a seed into a young plant or seedling. Then carefully scoop a small layer of soil back over your seeds. You can look back at the seed packet instructions to see how much soil to put on top. And finally, use a spray bottle with a gentle sprayer to moisten each seed pod. Be careful so that you don't cause the seeds to move around too much inside the seed pod. Great job! Soon you will hopefully see tiny plants start to emerge from the soil. Make sure to keep your seed pods in a warm area while they germinate. Check them each day to make sure the soil stays moist. If you want to ensure that they don't dry out, you can put a plastic bag over them to trap moisture inside. Once your seeds start to sprout, you'll want to put them in a spot indoors where they can receive a lot of light from outside. After a few weeks, you can plant them in your garden. All you need to do is make a hole deep enough to fit the cardboard seed pod in, and then cover it with soil. Make sure no cardboard is sticking up above the soil. The cardboard will biodegrade naturally, so there is no waste. Pretty cool, huh? Keep an eye on your seedlings and make sure to check them each day to ensure they are getting enough water and staying healthy. Once your seeds start to sprout, you'll want to put them in a spot indoors where they can receive a lot of light from outside. A windowsill or table near a window with a lot of sunlight is usually a good option. Come visit us at Confluence Park to see the new North American Friendship Garden and visit our bug hotel and seed library, where you can pick up a free packet of pollinator-friendly seeds for your own seed pod. Thank you for watching and being a pollinator protector.